Protect your home from home. Simple Caravan Insurance, sponsors of the Caravan Channel.
Memories. Do you remember Fleetwood caravans? These Suffolk-built tourers were a familiar sight on the road and on every campsite. For about 40 years, in fact, up until 1987. That's when they were sold to a Swedish company, and then they were sold again in 2005 to a Slovenian company, Adria. And for a while things looked okay, but then in 2009 the last caravan rolled off the Fleetwood production line. This is a 2009 Fleetwood Heritage 533, and it's just arrived here at Marquis in Preston as a trade-in, and that gives us a chance to step back in time just a little bit to see why Fleetwood failed when much of the British caravan industry was doing really well. The answer might well surprise you. From the outside, this looks like a classic and classy British caravan. The steeply raked nose gives it an air of importance, and these little touches like the chrome grab handles give it an air of quality. Let's step inside and take the tour. Oh, what a rainy day. You know, this van is 3 years old, and it's either had a very easy life or it's shaken off those knocks very well, because it looks great, sharp and comfortable, and it's full of the kind of things that, well, are only just now becoming industry standard on other caravans. Things like LED lighting, although, yeah, okay, it looks a little bit more chunky than the most recent stuff. And there's also Aldi heating. That's the new sort of well, boiler and pipes and radiators type, other than the blown air heating that used to be in caravans and is still a feature in quite a lot of new caravans even today. There's a CD player which fits here, and even some CD racks. You get a microwave and a full cooker here with a dual fuel hob, and overhead it's an extractor fan in the overhead light, and that's a really nice touch. Just to pop back outside again, you get a barbecue point, and you get alloy wheels with mud flaps, and they're a really nice indication of the attention to detail. You know, here in the main cabin everything's light and airy, really nice. Although you could say that the cabinets are maybe a bit robust, a bit farmhouse country kitchen. But if that's your style, fair enough. I like them, they're individual and charming. Here amidships is the side dinette, and it's big enough for two people to sit at and eat, or fold down the table and fold out the cushions, and it's big enough for one person to sleep in, because yes, this turns into a single bunk. Add that to the double bunk, so the double bed up front, and you've got a very rare thing, a 3-berth caravan. It would be normal to have 2 bunks here, but by not having all the equipment for the top bunk, Fleetwood have been able to add more storage in the shape of these angled side cabinets and these very handy open shelves. Oh, and by the way, the mattress on the front bed is memory foam mattresses, something again that is only just coming into the industry as a wide thing. You remember that I told you that Fleetwoods were built in Suffolk. They had nothing to do with the Lancashire town of Fleetwood. They were actually named after the luxury American car, the Cadillac Fleetwood, and the Heritage range especially was all to do with luxury and quality engineering. Luxuries like, well, you could get button-through leather upholstery, although it's not fitted here, but at the window the curtains are silk. Rather more substantial than silk is this washroom door. There's nothing flimsy about this, and the towel rail on the back of the door is both stylish and practical. Inside the bathroom there's a very stylish transparent wash basin, a big shower stall, an electric flush loo. You know, this van could have been made 3 weeks ago, not 3 years ago. There are a few things that are wrong, but when isn't there? You know, there's a very strange pattern covering some of the walls which looks grotty even when it's perfectly clean, and there are only 2 mains electric sockets, and for most people these days that's too few. But well, both those things are easily remedied. You know, this was a quality product when it was built, and it's a quality product today. The spare parts are still easily available. There's a friendly owners club to help you out of any trouble that you do get into, and for less than 11 grand you can get yourself a van that's full of all kinds of kit that would only be available on new vans costing twice as much. So, why did Fleetwood fizzle out in 2009 when so much of the British caravan industry has been booming? Well, it wasn't because they were making bad vans, neither was it that they were making heavy vans. This maxes out at a very reasonable 1450 kilograms. Now, the feeling in the industry is that they were just making vans that were too good. They cost too much to make and they couldn't generate enough profit. And that's a shame for Fleetwood, and it's a big shame for the 70 Fleetwood workers in Suffolk who made the caravans and who lost their jobs those 3 years ago. But it's good news for you, because now's the time to find a good pre-owned piece of Britain's caravanning heritage.